Howdy y'all, and welcome back to I Am Abled Because I Am is Able. So today I wanted to talk to you about something that's a little fresh on my mind because it came up just a couple of weeks ago. And it speaks to a lot that happens when someone is dealing with recovery. And that is people making observations that can be innocent and yet hurtful. So here's what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Someone came up to me and told me that I look like a 12-year-old and was kind of rude about it. I'm in my early 30s, and when I told them that, because they asked, they said, well, you look like you're 12, or look like a 12-year-old, whatever it was. And it was really, really hurtful. For those of you who haven't noticed, I've been wearing my hair in two ponytails, or some people call them pigtails. I get a little confused because I always thought that the berets were the pigtails, but either way. And some people think that that's something that only kids wear, and so it's really immature for a grown adult to wear their hair in pigtails. Here's the thing. With my neck injuries, it's sometimes very difficult to feel all the weight in the back of my head for my hair, and this keeps it out of off the back of my neck, and it's not all distributed in one place. And it's easier for my hands to reach here than it is for it to reach in the very back or all of it in one spot. So for me, this is a convenience and also a comfort issue. It also makes it easier for me to put my neck collar on if I suddenly need to put it on, which I have been needing to do still lately. So this is a major deal for me. I didn't used to wear my hair in pigtails in my 20s very often, except when I was just feeling silly. But I've been wearing it a lot more often because it's comforting. It's what I'm able to put my hair in, and frankly, I like how I look in my pigtails, but I do understand it makes me look younger. And I'm okay with that because frankly, when I try to look my age, I fail anyways. But please be careful with comments like that. When I was about 13-ish, I don't remember my exact age, I was in a wheelchair constantly. And I needed stuffed animals in order to feel safe when I would go out, and in order to bite on for the pain sometimes because it was so intense constantly. So even going out of the house was a huge deal for me because it meant having to be jostled, having to put my leg in a position that wasn't necessarily comfortable, not knowing when I would get to use the bathroom for the next couple of hours. It was scary for me. It was painful for me, and the only thing that made it tolerable were my stuffed animals. And I was told that I was too old for stuffed animals by many a person just randomly walking by me in a wheelchair. I'm not trying to criticize these people. I don't believe they meant it in malice. I believe they just didn't know what was coming out of their mouth and how it could be perceived by someone that's really dealing with this pain. I'm not the only one that's been dealing with this, I'm sure. I know that there are other people out there that are dealing with different forms of recovery, and people have spouted off their ideas about things, whether innocently or not, and it can be very painful sometimes, and it's not always what we mean to say. So what am I saying in this video? Well, if you're thinking of something to say to someone that is dealing with recovery, if it has to do with their looks or something that they're having to bring with them all the time, you can ask them questions. I don't think most people will be offended. It might be a little bit awkward, but I don't think it will be quite as painful as outwardly rejecting what they have to do. And I can say from at least my own experience, I am constantly self-conscious about what I have to wear, what I have to do my hair like, how I look, because I just can't put makeup on right now. It's too painful for my hands to deal with makeup. And my face, if it breaks out, it's a real pain to have to keep my face clean all the time. My hair, I can't always brush it. My clothes aren't always what I would like to be wearing right now because it's just what I could put my arms through that day. And I'm very self-conscious about my looks when I'm in pain modes, when I'm in recovery modes, and I know I'm not the only one out there going through that. So when you are seeing someone going through recovery, going through pain stages, just be careful what you say about their appearance or about the things they have to bring with them for their recovery, because they might actually be pretty self-conscious about it too. So that's my only like kind of heads up right now. I have other thoughts on other heads up things, but that's my advice that I would give for today. If you know someone in your life going through that, maybe encourage one of them. If you know that they've had to cut their hair really short, maybe it's for cancer, maybe it's for a neck injury that they couldn't keep their hair down and still be able to brush it unless it was really short. Maybe it's they've had to suddenly wear different clothing because they can't put other clothing on anymore. Just encourage them through that. Maybe find something else that's beautiful about them, or handsome if it's a guy. Find ways to encourage them through that instead of maybe judging down in those moments. So my bit of advice of the day. Yeah, so that's what was on my mind. How are you all today? What is something that maybe you've been self-conscious of that you couldn't change in the moment? Yeah, or maybe what is something that you have noticed about someone that you helped encourage them through? All right, leave your comments below. Keep it positive, please. Ciao for now. Bye.